Hey everyone, we're the ECB team, and today we're gonna react on Eurovision 2026 entries. Let's get started.
Let's get started.
So, this time will be all about Portugal. The country has chosen their artist and song for Eurovision 2026 via their traditional festival, Festival de Canção 2026. Um, 8 acts reached to the final, where 16 began the award in the semifinals, and the winners are Bandidos do Cante with the song Rosa, which translates into Rose. So let's see, what do you think about Portugal entry this year? Vani, may you go first, please?
Sure. Actually, let me tell, I think it was 10 finalists, not eight, in the Portuguese selection.
Yeah, yeah, 10-10.
And also, I actually didn't even follow the selection, to be honest. I just heard the winner song, and honestly, although I really love Portugal in Eurovision and most of their entries are so authentic and unique, this year, hmm, I wasn't so excited, let's say. Well, these guys have talent. It definitely seems they have talent. They love what they do. They love singing. They love Eurovision. I can sense that. But I do think the song is too slow paced for the Eurovision standards. For my listening standards, it's not bad, but I do think it becomes too much of a little bit boring, if I can say. It's not necessarily one of the worst songs I've heard in Eurovision, but it's a little bit, it doesn't really go anywhere. Uh, uh, their vocals are harmonizing quite decently, but I do think that there's really not much to say about this entry. It's a bit underwhelming, I can tell. I wouldn't personally add it to my favorites, for example. So yeah, it's kind of my thoughts for Portugal this year, and I truly wish them good luck, but I'm not a really fan of it.
Mhm. All right, so yeah, I tried to follow Festival de Canção as well. I streamed all the songs before and I watched the live performance, but not during the festival like timing because it's too late to watch like at
Mhm.
night. Um, in general, no offense, but I think it was the weakest Festival de Canção I have ever watched in at least in the recent years. I found many of the songs like on the same niche, and those who weren't on the same niche were not that catchy, even the more upbeat ones. But I do think that out of the song in the selection, it was one of the two or three decent choices they could have made. But saying this, I'm not really sure about the like compatibility of the song to the Eurovision Song Contest itself. So first of all, about the genre, let's just speak music a bit more. So it's a folk, it's cante alejandro, if I'm not wrong, that's the way you pronounce it. It's actually a traditional music genre, a choral style from south of Portugal, if I'm not wrong, and it was even recognized as UNESCO heritage. So like something really local and special. And you can tell, like their voices are amazing, their harmonies are out of this world, no doubt about that. I'm really proud of Portugal actually for trying their own thing without, trying to being too nice to the Eurovision community in a sense like that's what we vote for and that's it. I respect that kind of choices. But having said this, I still might say that for at least as I see it, it's a very risky selection, risky choice actually. Um, I do think that might Portuguese or the national fans might really resonate with that. I'm not sure that will be the case for the general Eurovision voters in like in in all the voting countries. Um, I found the song, yeah, it's growing a bit too slow, like it's a slow burn. Once again, nothing bad about their vocals, their performance, their honesty and sincerity as well. But yeah, I found it like the orchestral or the string parts are really beautiful, but for me they came a bit too late. The song starts really bravely, like in the sense that it's mainly on their vocals, at least in the first part. So like on the merits on that, I can say it's authentic, it's emotional, it's cohesive, and has like very specific atmosphere. You can find any song similar to that one, but on the less positive thing, I can say that it lack of climax or any height or any peak. I do see it as a song that might be much more favorable by jury and not the public. And like at least for me, it took me several times to listen it until I really felt like, okay, I can just understand the vibe, I can somehow catch it. But once again, the song isn't that memorable for me. I do think they might really stand out for some people because, they will be totally different from all the commercial pop or rock and upbeat songs for sure. Even as a ballad, kind of, they're different from the others. But yeah, I don't know, like maybe I'm wrong because I also considered Deslocado last year as a song that won't qualify, and actually it qualified. But Deslocado has some modern appeal, like the production, the way it goes. It's not very specific Portuguese in that sense. And Rosa is that one actually. So yeah, overall appreciate the effort, appreciate their artistic vision, but it's just not for me, sadly. And I think I'm not the one. I think like many Portuguese in the comment section will for sure will say like, guys, you're crazy. That song is amazing, etc. And they're not wrong. Like the song has nothing bad about it, but I at least me find it hard to follow. So unfortunately, that one is not for me. All right, let's move now to predict whether they're going to qualify. So Portugal will compete in semifinal number one in the first half of the show. Currently, the running order is not known yet. Vani, do you think Portugal will qualify to the final?
Well, especially for the fact that they are performing in the first half of the first semifinal, I do think this factor alone can almost kill any chance they could have to qualify. I do think juries could actually include this in their top 10, but I don't think it has a chance with the televoting. And yeah, I tended to believe Portugal will not qualify for the final this year, even though they have a 5-year qualification in a row streak, and I really admire her there for that. However, I do think the streak comes to an end. Sorry.
Mhm. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. If you review really fast the countries competing in semifinal number one, and especially those on the first half, actually the first half is the strongest half of that semi. You have Finland, you have Greece, you have Sweden. Some might say you even have Croatia and Moldova. So all of those, I think, kind of strong. Georgia has some appeal for sure, and I think like out of those seven, like at least for me, it's clear that Portugal is the weakest of those. And like you can't have all the first half qualifying. Someone has to qualify, at least one of them. And I do fear it's gonna be Portugal. I must say that I totally agree with you about the fact that some jury or even all of them might put it in their top 10 list, but not for the public. I'm really afraid the public gonna rank them in the bottom three of that semi. Again, only the public. So like unless the jury will put them like crazy high as top three or top four of the semi, could happen, but if not, then they don't have a chance to qualify, sadly. So again, nothing is certain and never say never. But if I have to choose only yes or no, I will go with not qualifying, sadly. All right, now it's time to grant our scores. Vani, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say I have to give it 3 out of 10. It's not among my favorites. So, but I do respect the quality and the authenticity. So, for these factors only, a 3.
Yeah, almost similar story for me. I'll give it 4 out of 10. I do appreciate the vocals, the authentic genre, their simplicity and honesty, but for me, just not enough to going way up in my ranking. Maybe at least for me, this year is actually kind of strong, at least for me. And I don't know, there are many good ballads this year. This is not one of the strongest of them, sorry. And once again, maybe due to the fact I'm not Portuguese, so I can't really connect with the genre or something like that. But yeah, I wish them good luck from my bottom of my heart. But once again, I must be like faithful to myself, so that's my score. All right, so let's wish good luck to Portugal competing in semi-final number one, first half of the show. Guys, tell us in the comments below, what do you think about the Portuguese contribution this year? Do you like it? Do you think they will qualify? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and tell us in the comments below what you think. In addition, you can find us on ecb.com, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Instagram, Twitter, and basically everywhere. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.